My beloved brothers and sisters, in every place where people gather to work, there is something more important than profit, targets, or deadlines. It is the relationship between those who employ and those who are employed. If this bond is healthy, the entire environment flourishes, but if it is broken, even the most talented people will feel drained, and the work will lose its blessing. Let us begin with mutual respect and dignity. An employer is not a master over servants, and an employee is not merely a tool for making money. Every soul deserves to be treated with honor, from the one who signs the checks to the one who sweeps the floor. When you greet each other with kindness, when you look someone in the eye and acknowledge their worth, you are already building something far greater than a business. You are building hearts. Then comes trust and honesty. Without these, the relationship collapses. An employer must be truthful about expectations, wages, and promises. An employee must be truthful about their work, their time, and their commitment. Lies, excuses, and hidden agendas are like termites. They silently destroy the foundation until nothing stands. But when trust is present, even mistakes can be forgiven and turned into lessons. Next is justice and accountability. A fair wage for a fair day's work, this is a principle as old as time. The employer should never exploit, and the employee should never cheat. Accountability means we measure ourselves not just by the contract, but by the conscience. When you stand before your Creator one day, you will be asked not only how much you earned, but how you earned it and how you treated those who helped you earn it. And finally, teamwork for a greater purpose. Work should not only be about personal gain, it should be about contributing to something beneficial for society. When employers and employees both realize they are on the same side, aiming for a common good, the workplace becomes a place of growth, joy, and blessing. So, my brothers and sisters, remember the employer-employee relationship is not just a business arrangement. It is a human connection, a moral trust, and a spiritual responsibility. Let us build it on respect, honesty, justice, and shared purpose, and watch how our workplaces turn into gardens where everyone can grow. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest foundations of any healthy workplace is mutual respect and dignity. Respect is not something that is reserved only for those in high positions, nor is dignity a gift that we offer only to those who sign our salaries. It is the right of every human being, no matter their role, their background, or their level of education. An employer should never think, I am above these people, they work for me. And an employee should never think, I can speak to my employer however I want because they need me. The truth is, both sides need each other. The employer may provide opportunity, but without the hard work of the employee, the vision will remain just a dream. The employee may give effort, but without the resources and leadership of the employer, their work would have no direction. Mutual respect begins in the simplest ways, greeting each other sincerely, listening without interrupting, giving credit where it is due, and avoiding words that humiliate or belittle. It is about recognizing the humanity in the other person, even when you disagree with them, even when you are correcting them. You may find that a kind word spoken in a moment of tension can do more to build loyalty than any bonus or reward. Dignity means valuing someone not just for the work they produce, but for the person they are. It is understanding that a worker is also a parent, a child, a spouse, a neighbor, someone with dreams, worries, and responsibilities beyond the office walls. When an employer takes into account the human side of their employee, they earn not just effort, but heartfelt commitment. And when an employee respects the sacrifices, pressures, and challenges their employer faces, they too work with a sense of care and responsibility that goes beyond the paycheck. This mutual respect and dignity form a climate where trust can grow, where creativity can flourish, and where both sides can face challenges together without the poison of resentment. It transforms the workplace from a place of mere transactions into a place of human connection, where people feel valued, heard, and understood. My beloved brothers and sisters, trust is like the air we breathe. We may not notice it when it is there, but the moment it is gone, everything begins to suffocate. In the relationship between an employer and an employee, trust is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without it, even the most talented people will struggle to work together, and even the most promising projects will fall apart. For an employer, trust means believing that your employees will handle their responsibilities sincerely, even when you are not watching. It is giving them the confidence to make decisions, knowing they will act in the best interest of the organization. But this trust cannot be blind. It must be built over time through consistent honesty. When an employee admits to a mistake rather than hiding it, when they report the truth instead of manipulating results, they are laying bricks in the wall of trust. For an employee, trust means knowing that your employer will be truthful about wages, about expectations, about opportunities. It means being confident that promises made will be promises kept. Nothing destroys morale faster than a leader who says one thing but does another, or who changes agreements without transparency. People can endure tough tasks, long hours, and even setbacks, but they cannot thrive under broken trust. Honesty is the twin of trust. They cannot survive without each other. An honest conversation may be difficult in the moment, but it prevents greater damage in the future. When an employer is honest about the company's challenges, the employee is more likely to work harder to find solutions. When an employee is honest about their limitations, the employer can provide support rather than face disappointment later. And remember, honesty is not only about the big things like salaries or performance reports. It is about the small things too: arriving on time, keeping your word, not taking credit for someone else's work, not spreading rumors or falsehoods. These small acts of honesty accumulate, creating an environment where trust becomes second nature rather than a forced effort. Once trust and honesty take root, the workplace becomes a space where people can rely on one another without constant suspicion, where discussions are open and solutions are shared. It removes the heavy burden of doubt from the shoulders of both employer and employee, allowing them to focus on building rather than defending. My beloved brothers and sisters, a relationship between an employer and an employee can only stand the test of time when it is built upon justice. Justice means giving every person what they rightfully deserve, without bias, without favoritism, and without exploitation. It is about being fair when things are going well, and even more so when challenges arise. For an employer, justice begins with the simplest of principles: a fair wage for a fair day's work. It means rewarding effort and skill appropriately, without delay and without manipulation. It means judging performance based on merit, not on personal likes or dislikes. It means that when discipline is needed, it is done with fairness after listening to all sides, not rushing to conclusions based on gossip or assumption. For an employee, justice means fulfilling the agreed responsibilities faithfully. It means not cutting corners when no one is watching, not using company resources for personal gain, and not taking advantage of an employer's kindness or trust. It is about delivering the quality of work that was promised and being honest about shortcomings rather than hiding behind excuses. But justice alone is not enough. It must be coupled with accountability. Accountability is when we hold ourselves answerable for the roles we have accepted. For an employer, it means recognizing that leadership is not only a position of power, but a position of responsibility. The well-being of employees, the work environment, and the ethical direction of the company are all trusts that will be questioned one day not only by people, but ultimately by the Almighty. For an employee, accountability means asking oneself at the end of the day, have I done my job with sincerity? Have I given my best effort? Have I been truthful in my dealings? It is the willingness to own up to mistakes without shifting blame. It is the discipline of meeting deadlines, maintaining quality, and respecting rules, not because someone is watching, but because your integrity demands it. When justice and accountability are present on both sides, the workplace becomes a space of balance. There is no room for oppression, no space for exploitation, and no tolerance for dishonesty. People feel safe to contribute, knowing they will be treated fairly, and they feel responsible for the outcomes of their actions, knowing they will be held to account. My beloved brothers and sisters, when we speak about teamwork, we are not only talking about people working side by side to finish a project or meet a deadline. True teamwork goes far deeper. It is about hearts aligning towards a shared purpose, about recognizing that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. In the relationship between an employer and an employee, teamwork means more than the exchange of labor for payment. It means seeing each other as partners in a mission, no matter the difference in titles. The employer brings vision, resources, and direction. The employee brings skill, energy, and dedication. When both are sincere, they complete each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses. But for teamwork to flourish, there must be a greater purpose driving it. If the only goal is personal profit or individual recognition, unity will not last. People will compete against each other instead of working together. However, when the aim is to create something beneficial, to serve a community, to solve a problem, or to bring ease to others, then every task, no matter how small, gains meaning. A healthy team does not think in terms of me and you, but in terms of us. An employer in such a team does not only give orders, they listen, they welcome ideas, they allow space for creativity. An employee in such a team does not merely follow instructions. They think ahead, they anticipate needs, they take ownership of their role. Both sides understand that when one succeeds, the whole team succeeds, and when one struggles, the whole team feels it. Teamwork also requires humility, the humility to admit that no one person can do everything alone. Even the most talented leader needs people to execute the vision, and even the most skilled worker needs guidance and resources to channel their effort effectively. This humility keeps egos in check and opens the door for collaboration instead of competition. When a team operates with a higher purpose, work stops feeling like a burden. It becomes a shared journey where challenges are faced together, where victories are celebrated as a group, and where everyone feels a sense of pride in what they are building. In such an environment, productivity is not forced. It flows naturally because people believe in what they are doing and in the people they are doing it with.